Hey friends, and just got a biker. We're out walking around again today. I don't really, I got people working on things, but right now nothing's going on. So I'm just out walking around. So what do you want to talk about today? There's a lot on my mind, like every day. It's interesting to... Oh, this is just going to be a walk and talk video, so if you don't want to listen to me ramble, just stop watching now, because this is all it is. Maybe it'll be funny, maybe it won't. I'm not quite sure what's going on with what I'm going to say next, because it's still compartmentalized in my brain, and I need to uncompartmentalize it and turn it into words. So here we go. It's funny, while I was talking, I was looking down at the ground, and then I stopped talking, I looked up, and it's like it changed. So now we're on this chapter, whatever that is, new beginning, a new day. You go to sleep at night and you lose your consciousness, and then you come back to consciousness. And is it like, how many times has your consciousness done that versus your body? And like, what other forms of consciousness do you leave your body, I guess, or your source? I don't know. This is just a fun thought. I'll turn it back this way a while. So I weighed myself today, 221. That's awesome. When a year ago, after I got out of the psych ward where they fed us way too much, I weighed 264. Now I'm at 221. And it's kind of cool because I'll be like, what's that, 21? So it's like 40 some pounds. And like, I can really tell, like, this love handle situation, before I could just grab a handful and it was all right. But like, I can't do that anymore. And it makes me feel really good. And then I look at other people who look good, and it's like, I'm right behind them. And that's okay, because you need to like be happy no matter what. Like, you should be happy with all the choices you've made. And I'm happy with all the choices that I have made. I am not happy with the choices that other people have made on my behalf. And that's where the problem is. But it's not really a problem, because, no one thinks anything's wrong. But, there's a lot of things that are wrong, and I know about it because a lot of you sit down and tell me what's wrong with the system. And then, I try to come up with a solution, and then it's like people don't want a solution. They just want to be heard. And then, I don't know. Now, I've noticed that with me. Like, if I'll be in a conversation, or I'll be telling a story or something, and then someone interrupts, and then I just stop telling the story, and no one asks me to continue, so I just stay quiet, Like, but then when people tell a me story, like I take the time to pay attention and but it's like why do that if they don't care anyways? They just want it to be let out, and then they feel good, and then that's it. But then when you tell them how to fix it, it probably makes them feel shitty again because, oh, I guess if I did something, it would be okay. But no one wants to take accountability on that. No one, not everyone, I don't want to say no one because I am, but, and then they say you hang out, you're the sum of the people you hang out with. Well, these are the people I hang out with most of the time. Yeah, I got Dave and Brian and Mike, but I don't know how much alike we are. We're alike in that we're all kind of misfits and kind of stuck in a weird spot because of other people. But then that just, staples into my head like you make a circle every day. You get out of bed and then you end up in that bed. There was a circle involved. And whoever you run into, that's kind of your illusion of free will. So you're in your circle. You can choose whether to go to, KFC or Popeyes. And go to KFC, you might run into someone and go to Popeyes, you might run into someone else and then the timeline can change. But that doesn't necessarily change the circle of the day. You're still going to end up in your bed when you're, when you leave your consciousness for that moment. So anyway, that was kind of, just me talking to the phone, thinking that someone is going to watch this video. They're actually maybe paying attention to it more so than if I was in person. It's really weird. But we'll figure that out in the analytics when I look at the videos and see view times. And, I'm kind of making this a science experiment too, with attention spans and, the fact that YouTube has kind of been pushing shorts lately versus a longer video on my feed anyway, because it used to show like 4 squares with the shorts. Now there's 6 squares and less longer videos. But yeah, and then they updated you'd hit the bottom corner and then it'd say your videos. But now it says TV and video, and it's like, now you got to hit 3 buttons to get to what used to take 2 buttons. And it's like, I can understand why they would do that, but they should give us the option because I'm not that type. I don't watch TV and video on YouTube on my phone, anyway, I'm just over preaching here. It's a nice fall day though. Let's take a look around, I'm just leaving, living up in Columbia Heights, just, walking to, there's nothing to do with this life right now. I got a plan in a couple days, and I'm not telling people what I'm doing anymore in that aspect. So I'm excited to see what will unfold. Anyway, but right now, the government is all, I shouldn't even say that. The people are getting fed, all this crap from the news lately. And I don't understand, I'm seeing the 2 sides bitching at each other, and then the government is watching us 2 do it. Like, when are we going to look at the government and say, you are the problem? And when I say the government, it's like this system. And anyway, I was watching a video the other day about karma. And there's been a new I don't know, not new, but like the Gnostic view of your consciousness. I think it was Gnostic. But that, in saying that karma is not real if you do not believe in it, and because like if you go try to solve one karmic debt, that's only gonna create another karmic debt, and that actually makes sense. That's kind of like a lie covering a lie, you know. So that makes very good sense to me. And the way out of the matrix, or whatever this is we're in, whatever you believe, they talk about 7 layers. I don't know. I mean, this is just, been reintroduced into my brain because, of the horrible past this government put me through, hurting my memory and psychological damage. Terrible. But that's okay, because I got it all backed up. So, and not on Google or any public server, but everything I have is backed up. And what for? Just proof that it happened. I just want to drop my phone and turned off the camera. Oops. But I only have all that proof as a receipt. Like, this is what happened. This is the truth. And if anyone ever wants to investigate it, they're more than welcome to just look at what I have from this lying cabal that is watching us to fight each other when we should really be questioning them, And you hear that they stopped making the penny? Well, are they going to bring back a $500 bill? Or are they just going to keep taking away our money, where we're just going to have like a $5 bill? And that's it. Everything's $5. Because that's what it looks like it's happening within the history of the money system. Because they used to have $1,000 bills. And if I remember right, I think they had $10,000 bills back before the Great Depression. And then they took away all those big notes, put it down to $100, and then the hay penny. And they took the hay penny away. Now they're taking the penny away. The nickel's next to go, because that thing costs like 3 times what it's worth. But you see, this is like a way to control us. Less options, and they do this with every part of the government. It's disgusting. Anyway, so I'm going to do my best to put these 2 videos together and upload it. So, okay, thanks for watching. Have a day you deserve.